Hello everybody, Richard Goodsell here. This is my first attempt at a blog. Hello. Hopefully in the near future we're going to be doing some more of these that are informative and humorous and will answer a lot of the questions that I get all the time from people on the forums or on Facebook, or even if you're just out in the market shopping around for an amp and you want to know, hey, what does this word mean, or what is this bias, what is it, blah, 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 what kind of tube should I use? I get those questions, a dozen times a day. So questions like that, we're going to try and answer them here in case that helps. This is not an ongoing advertisement for Goodsell Amplifiers, though I'd be thrilled to death if it, resulted in a sale or two every now and then. This is just conversation with your builder. When you pick up the phone and you order an amp, I'm on the other end of the phone. I'm going to walk you through the process. I don't know if it's a boutique thing because I build about 100 pieces a year. Custom shop, maybe. I don't know if the term applies, but it's custom in the sense that, I work with your specific needs. Your budget, what you want this thing to sound like, what's your go-to guitar. One of the first questions I ask people is like, when I finish this amp and send it to you, what's the first thing you're going to plug into it? I need to know that answer on the front end. But anyway, a little bit of background about me. This is, we're enjoying the 10th anniversary here at Goodsell Amplifiers. Technically, it's Goodsell Electric Instrument Company, headquartered in Atlanta, Georgia, where we've always been, where I was born 56 years ago. And for 10 years I've been doing the amp thing, but it was kind of an outgrowth of a much larger business that I had back when people had money enough to buy things like Hammond B3s, when there was money in Nashville, before Pro Tools ruined it for everybody, and we all had money, and everybody wanted to get rid of their DX7 and get a Rhodes, a Wurlitzer, and a Hammond B3. And I was that guy. I was that guy that said, get rid of that DX7. And it nearly killed us all. We didn't know that looming right around the corner was Pro Tools, to go ahead and stick the knife all the way in. But nevertheless, the Hammond organ business gave me I got a degree in psychology, okay? I got no technical training whatsoever, none, not day one of electronics. Though I've built 1,500 amps. Of those 1,400, probably 1,000 of them, I wasn't looking at a diagram or a schematic or anything. It was same song, different solo every night, and it's magical. And sometimes you know which way to nudge it one way or the other based on what the customer tells you or what have you. But the Hammond organ business generated a lot of iron and steel refuse. There was like all kind of leftover parts when we were done chopping these organs. Most of them reverb amps or power amps for different models, not necessarily B3s, but you get the idea. A day came when I realized I had like 140 transformers laying on the floor, and I'd been carrying them to the dumpster for, 8 or 10 or 12 years. And then I thought one day, I said, maybe this stuff's worth something, so anyway, I got what they call a Hammond AO28 chassis, and I did just the bare minimum to it to make it make sound. I had a P12N Jensen speaker sitting on its magnet pointing straight up, and I had alligator clips and stuff, and I had my Stratocaster plugged into it, and I just played a open A major chord, and at that precise moment, everything went 3D, and things in the foreground were going faster than things in the background, and time and space blurred. People who don't like me came up to me and said, "What was that?" And I said, "I'm not really sure. It's just I plugged a guitar into that pile on the floor there." And like I say, people who aren't accustomed to saying nice things about anything came up to me and said, you've got something there. You need to explore it. So within a matter of a week, I had serial number one. Literally, I think I had a working amp after the first week. But anyway, very soon thereafter, I think I built 3 or 4 or 5 before they were actually called Super 17s. And on those first 3, I actually went back to the owners, and these are all, I'm not going to name any names now, but suffice to say that between the first 3 owners, you're well into the double digits of Grammys, nominations and awards. There's one fella in particular accounts for 22 of them, so you can probably figure that out. But those first 40 or 50 amps were called the Claremont 17 because we were located on Claremont Road. A studio that we frequented, it was on Claremont Road. And there's a sleazy lounge here in town called the Claremont. And Claremont, just, I like that word, you know. It should have been the name of a car, you know. It should have been a low-end Chevrolet, like below Bel Air, is the Claremont. I got to look that up. Maybe it happened. But anyway, so we had the Super 17. There's been many iterations of it. We're not going to go over all that now. I'm just telling you what to look forward to. I'm now making, I don't know if I've made the same amp twice in the last year and a half or 2 years. Many variations on the Super 17 theme. There's a 33, there's a model 1958. It's probably, I've got probably 40 or 50 faceplate files on some program over at my engraver, so I've made at least that many different versions. But in a given year, I'll make 20 or 30 different amps, and with, you know, the 17s, you know, they come up often, but nevertheless, we'll get into that later. I'm going to wrap it up with giving you my contact info, letting you know that there's more of this to come, and I'm in a really good mood right now, and I feel it's really important that I tell you that this is my real hair, okay? But there's the email, and then if you friend me on Facebook, and we have friends in common, and if you in your Facebook profile picture you're holding a guitar, or maybe even a bass, you know, hell, I've even accepted a couple of drummers lately. But if you look like somebody in the music business who needs to know what's going on with me, then, you know, by God, I'll like you on my Facebook. If you get too political or get weird with religion, you're done. So this is a forum that's supposed to, you know, result in some giggles and some knowledge, and hopefully we all have a good time, and tune in next time.